This is the scenario for user accounts with data access. You're working for a small medical doctor's office. There's 4 or 5 computers connected together. One of the workstations or PCs acts as a file server for the network. It doesn't have real file server software in it. We just have consolidated all the files on one computer, so we only have to back up the files from one place, plus everybody's working on the same version of the documents. Well, this is a medical facility, so we need separate usernames and passwords for everybody in the system. Okay? So to set up the users, we have to create folders, create user accounts, create groups, create permissions, and unfortunately, you have to do more than you do with if you have a server. But really, it's kind of the same thing. You just don't have to do it all on each computer. When you create the accounts, you only have to create the accounts on the server. Here, we'll say this is the file server, and we're just going to do Lucas. So we do a new user. We say it's Lucas. AS, I probably should spell it right. Just a second here. I'm going to go to View and make this a little bit bigger. All right, now we can see it bigger. There. That's easier to see, isn't it? Lucas. Our password's going to be password01. Although in real life, yes, they should all have different passwords. This is a lab. We're practicing, so we're not going to have them change at the next login. And let's see, Lucas. Well, we don't have to do everything. You would go ahead and create all those accounts. I'm just going to go through the principles of it. So there's Lucas. We also need a group. We're going to say Lucas is in the medical group. So we're going to create a new group called medical. And there are several ways to add users to a group. The advantage of a group is if we have 5 or 6 people, we don't have to manage 5 or 6 people. We manage permissions for one group, and that's it. So let's get Lucas in here. And you'll end up with 3 or 4 people in here, which means you manage medical. You don't manage the individual users. So we'll click Create. All right. So we'll have medical and financial. I'm not going to go through every single thing. We are going to go down to our File Explorer next, because we have to set up our permissions. Let me get my Windows the right size. There we go. So it fits in here. And we're going to do this in our data folder. Oh, I don't need that anymore, do I? Let's disconnect. And we'll go in our data folder and we'll make one called medical, and you would also make one called financial. Now this is what we're going to share out. But we're not going to use simple file sharing this time. We're going to look at it. We could use simple file sharing, but we're wanting to learn a little bit more advanced features like advanced sharing. This is where all the goodies are. This is the fun stuff. We're going to share the folder, and medical is a perfectly good name. We're going to go here and allow everyone full control. What did I say earlier? Not to allow everyone to have full control? Well, this is full control over the network, not to the local file system. Click OK. Click OK. Now we can set the security on the file system so that we, so that we allow only the people we want to have control of this. All right, so we need to remove, right now everything's inherited. Notice we can't change anything. So we need to, I think we go to advanced. Yeah, advanced, haven't done this for a while. We're going to disable inheritance. We're going to convert inherited permissions into explicit. So what does this do? These permissions were inherited from data, which was inherited from the local disk. Now, from this point on, we can change permissions. Well, the local user is not part of this group. And all we can do here is look at it. We need to edit the permissions, and we're going to remove the user. System means operating system. Operating system always needs full control. The administrators of the server, computer, whatever, always need full control to get their job done. Lucas, however, only needs modify. And we're not going to add the users one at a time. We're going to add the group, medical. So medical is going to get modify access. Pretty normal permissions using one group. We click OK. Everything from medical on down, whatever is stored in there, will inherit these permissions. Any folders we make underneath there will inherit these permissions. That's a nice thing about inheritance. All right, well, we're ready to go live. We're ready to go live. So we have Lucas set up. Let's sign out of me and sign into Lucas. We'll pretend that I'm on another computer, which I'm really not, but now instead of logging in as user, oh, look at there's Lucas. Let's log in as Lucas with his own secret password. Well, he doesn't have his own secret password, but he should. But for the utility of this lab, so we don't have locked out accounts, we'll just use password. Yay, hurrah, we're logged in. All right, so we're pretending we're on another computer. We're going to go up here, do a / Windows 11 / medical. See if we get, oops, we won't get very far if we spell it wrong. All right. And it should show just like that. If you click up here, it'll show the UNC path. Windows 11 / medical. Yes, Lucas has access to that. Does Lucas have access to data? Let's find out. He shouldn't, should he? Right, see, he can't access that, but he can access medical, which is all we wanted him to access. So far, so good. Everything is working. Well, then we map a network drive. Well, we already know how to map a network drive from the last lab, right? We can we'll do it this way in this one. Right click, where is it? Map network drive. We know our path, / Windows 11 / medical. Now, do we have to connect using different credentials? No, because there's an account on the server that matches. That's called pass-through authentication. We do finish, and Lucas is happy because he doesn't have to do all that / business anymore. He should have, oh, what happened to my drive? Well, that didn't work, did it? Well, it thinks it worked. Let's try that again. It says there's already a connection. Let's close File Explorer and open it up again. Yeah, it's still not showing up. Something's not right. Well, let's restart the computer and we'll come back. Well, that was interesting. I restarted the computer. Maybe all I had to do was log off and log on. But now Lucas has his drive that will connect up every time he logs into his computer. So we're successful. The other piece we're going to do is, well, printing is just not that important anymore, but we still need to print once in a while. I can tell you I use their photocopier in my office pod once in a while, but not very often. Maybe to print posters, that's about it. So we need to set up a fake printer since we don't actually have a printer. We're going to go to settings and type in printer. There we go. NTER. And add. That's what we're going to do. We're going to add a printer and a scanner. All right. So, oh, we already have a print to PDF. Well, we can just use that. We can share this out so other people can print to it. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so let's click on that. Printer properties. That's what we want. And we're going to share it out. Oh, you can't share this kind of printer. That's no fun. So we go back, we add a new fake device, one that doesn't actually exist. Say you have an inkjet hooked up to your USB port, whatever it is. We're going to add manually because it can't find it. We're going to go down and do a add local printer with manual settings. We don't have an LPT port. In fact, LPT ports have been obsolete for, quite a few years now, 8 or 10. We are just going to do a generic test only. We don't need anything spectacular. We're just seeing how you can share out a printer. And then we click next. So if you have a printer connected to your computer and you want to allow others to print to it, this is what you do. Right, so other people can print to it. So we do next. And we do not have a printer, so there's no point in printing. All right. So who are we logged in as, Lucas? Yeah, we're logged in as Lucas. Well, guess what? It says browse the network to find the other computer. What does that mean? Well, that means go down here to the network and let's see. I don't see our computer showing up here. So let's do / Windows 11. There it is. So now, if we double click on that shared printer, it'll automatically install it on our computer. So let's see if it did that. Let's go to Settings and Printers again. I guess I shouldn't have shut that off. And do Printers and Scanners. Look at there. There's our, well, it's not going to show up quite right because we already have it locally, but if we were on another computer, it would show up with like a little network thingy on it. So if I go ahead and show you the printer on my computer, let's see, Printers and Scanners, there we go. My printer's turned off right now, but there's my HP LaserJet Pro. It's a scanner printer thing. It's on the network. If I click on it, it can open the printer app. I can also manage it. Oh, this is different. This is printer properties. There we go. So we can see that if we go to sharing, it is, oh, I don't know why. Oh, that's because my printer is on the network. So if I go to ports, it's not shared out, but I am connected to it. It's on the network, so I'm connected to the printer. So I'm printing to it as though it was a local printer. And that's much more common anymore. It's not, all printers that I've seen in quite some time have wireless printing with it, which means that you do not have to do anything. It just connects up to the wireless and you're good to go. You connect up to the wireless, you use your little software to connect it up. So this last part where we're sharing out the printer, not as useful as it used to be.